Welcome back to my channel. I have started a new project. It is called Play. Essentially, we're just kind of experimenting. We're trying to get lots of stuff done for our portfolios, ready for uni. So at the start of the project, we got assigned a number through a cup. That was the order that we chose our object in. So I chose some foam letters. I will insert a picture right here because I've destroyed the packaging now. And we took a couple of weeks to do things based off of that. So for the first, I want to say 2 weeks, I can't remember, we did 2D paintings. So here are the ones that I did. And then for the following 2 weeks, we did 3D sculptures. So here are the ones that I did. They all basically had some sort of relevance to our object. As long as you could link it back to it, it didn't matter what you did. And then based off of that, we had to come up with 5 ideas that we could specialise in. Rather than trying to guess, I can just quite literally tell you what I did. So here's my 5 ideas. So my 5 ideas were something teacher related, which is relating to the school one again. And then something water related because it's foam letters that are meant to be used in the bath. And then childhood memories because obviously they're like just foam letters, it's meant for kids. So childhood memories. And then bright colours and patterns. They're very bright, very cheerful. So there were my 5 ideas. And then we had to zoom in on 2 of them. So I chose to do bright colours and then childhood memories. And I'm kind of mashing them 2 together. I've decided I'm going to do children's clothes. I've never done children's clothes in my life, but I feel like it'll just work because I've been looking at some of the old outfits that I used to wear as a kid. So like the bright colours, the bright patterns, princess dresses and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of do something similar to what I used to wear, but I didn't know how to turn that into like, oh my god, there's a cat outside, sorry, I'm getting distracted. But I didn't know how to turn that into like for an adult to wear. Like I didn't want to make it an adult garment, but with a childish aspect, because I've kind of done that in my first video. I went into college today, that was the first day back of the year, and picked up this. Do you know what, on camera it actually looks huge, but it is quite small. It is a child mannequin. I'm kind of aiming to do a garment that's for between the ages of 2 and 5, so this will be perfect. So I've brought this home so I can make the garment around it rather than bringing it into college and trying to hope that it fits. I have it here so I can do that. In a minute, I am actually going to start designing some of the garments in preparation because we have 3.5 weeks left of this project. To leave myself at least 2 weeks to make my outfit, just in case anything goes wrong. Like in my last fashion video, obviously there was that massive gap that I had to adjust. Probably should mention, I'm sticking with female garments for the pure factor that I feel like I can do a lot more with a female child garment than a male because it's all trousers, like shorts, t-shirts, jumpers, whereas I kind of want to aim for something that's like fairy princess dress-esque, something spotty and stripy. Like I don't know if I want to go casual or like, I haven't quite got that far in deciding yet, but hopefully that's the sort of thing we're going to do. I'm ill once again. Yay! Why am I always ill when I film fashion videos? I don't know. It's always at this stage. It's always at the pattern cutting stage where I order fabric, I'm cutting fabric. Gonna cut out the bodice part of my pattern piece because I think that one of the last clips you saw was me wrapping the mannequin that I have. So what I'm about to do is draw out the pattern pieces for it and cut it out. I have also just realised I have not shown you the design that I'm doing. So this is the original design that I drew, and then this is the refinement that I did that I'm actually going to make. As you can tell, they're slightly different. The bodice is pretty much the same. There's a couple of bits that I've added. The wings are different and the skirt is dramatically different because I didn't really like the layered of the like the length of it, so we're gonna do like a short fluffy tutu instead. So I did get a phone call halfway through filming and then just completely forgot to film. So I'm just going to talk it through. So basically this is just the top. There's no sleeves on it because I'm going to like make some tie sleeves. So this is the front. We've got like a kind of petal kind of thing. And all of this is going to be elasticated. I'm not sure about this here. It feels a bit mature. So I might just kind of cut this off and make it one flat line. And then the back is literally just the back. It's going to be all elasticated on the back, so the elastic's going to stop here. I've never actually done this way of making a pattern before, but I think it's really nice because obviously your pattern pieces are exactly to the mannequin, like to the body that you're using. Obviously you can do this on like a bigger mannequin, you can do it on yourself. I've really struggled to do this, so I basically drew a guide out and I've been going over with wire. So I've got the base of 2 wings, so this is how it's going to be. I'd like to try and get some of the detail in, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to figure it out, because I tried to attach both of, like, where the tape is. I tried to originally do it with hot glue because that's what I've seen people use, and it didn't work. I've just had to masking tape it, but I think they look okay. Like, they're pretty similar. Like, if I do this, they're pretty similar. So I achieved that because originally the top part of this one was about 10 sizes too big. So I've managed to add a little bit of detail just to the top. So we've got like this. There's nowhere near as much detail as on the original drawing. I really like it. So I think I'm just going to leave it like this, but I'm going to add something to the bottom. Like I might do like another one of these here. The thing is, I don't want them to be plain, like I don't have a lot of wire left. So I'm just going to add the detail until I can I've run out of wire. Here is the wing compared to the mannequin. There we go. They'll be on some sort of like wiring, so they'll sit about here. But I don't know if I want them flat like this or kind of angled. I feel like angled would be really cute. I just don't know how I'd do that, so I'll figure it out in some way. So this is how I'm gonna leave it. Leave it like this, like I said. And then I have these two, oh, I just stood on some white fabrics, which I'm gonna lay over the top of each other because I wanted them green, but like a more muted green. I wanted it to be kind of like sheer and shiny. So this is sort of like an iridescent to it. I mean, it kind of looks the same. This just pink just makes it a little bit more opaque. I don't really like how you can see this. This is the thing I was trying to avoid with the hot glue, but obviously, like I said, the hot glue didn't work. Maybe I cover the whole thing in masking tape. I don't know. Actually liking the way this is looking a lot better. Like, it's taking so long, but it looks a lot better. Okay, so it's the next day and I have got a wing. This isn't the end. This is just the first layer. I'm going to add a layer of green as well, but it's basically just with some spray adhesive, which you can still kind of see. Hopefully that will go, but I'm not sure. But I definitely think the masking tape looks a lot better than it did. Okay, so these are what they're looking like. I've just put the green on the top. So there's pink and then there's a layer of green, and then I'm just gonna like burn the edges. So they're cute, I love them. To find a way to attach both of them, I think I might just get a bit of wire and make like a loop and then potentially put like some fabric over it to hide it. The wings are now officially done, both of them. You now have some wings. I think they're so cute. They came out really, really nice. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. So, as I've already explained, I had to like put a flame to the edge because the glue was coming apart, because I'd stuck it down properly in between it, but not on the edges, which is kind of what I needed to do. And I'm not sure if I've already explained this. I think I probably have, but I'm going to explain it again. I don't want them to sit like this on the back. I want them to kind of sit like this. Put a bit of wire that kind of goes here. I'm not really sure. I want to conceal it in the best way I possibly can, but I'm not sure how to do that. I probably should have put the fabric on after, but you know what, that's okay. Also, another thing I noticed is I had this fabric, you can see the lines go this way, and this one, the lines go down, which is really irritating me actually, but it's okay, I'll deal with it. But I think they look really cute. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. My fabric's here. It finally came, so let's give you a fabric haul. Here's the stack of fabric. It's very girly, which is the point. So we've got this pink, just a regular pink cotton. This is for the top. I ordered 2 bits of green. They're so similar. On camera they look even similar than in real life. This one's ever so slightly darker, but they're so similar. I just wanted 2 colours to alternate, so it was like a dark leaf, a light leaf, but the dark leaf have like lighter, what are they called? Are they called veins? Lighter veins on it. And then the lighter one have darker ones on. So my mum let me go through her fabric drawer. So now I have these 2 lighter ones. So
we'll combine them and I'll find another use for one of these green. This is all for the tutu. I still have no idea how I'm going to make this tutu. I'm going to look at some tutorials and see if I can figure something out that'll work, or if not, trial and error. I'll just do it, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, I'll try again. But we have this tulle, which is just a normal pink. It's like quite like a baby pink, and then we have one that looks quite similar. This one's a bit more peachy, and this one's the same as the first one. It's more coarse, but this one's a lot lighter. This is the main attraction, guys. This is definitely going to be the top layer of the tutu. Look how gorgeous this is. I've never used like a sparkly fabric before, but this is beautiful. Like, if I could wear a dress like this, I would. It's just giving Barbie. I think it all matches really well with the wings. It's just giving fairy, and that's the point. The leaf. So I'm going to cut out, I need to figure out how many I'm going to fit on there, but I'm going to cut out some leaves. They're all going to be the same size. I'm just going to, like I said, alternate between colours. Got the middle and then the two sides, which go like this. So I'm going to make the bottom of it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to kind of flare it out a tiny little bit, because I'm going to elasticate like the bottom of it and the top of the skirt. Because the whole point of this is I want it to be accessible for a child to use. Because you know when you're little and you put on a dress and up outfit and you're like, Mom, I need to put the buttons on, I can't do it. There's no actual child that's going to wear this, but it's just these sort of things that you need to think about. Okay, we're going to ignore my messy room because my room's a mess right now, but we're talking about how I'm going to do these wings. I have my hot glue, some glitter, a bit of the wire and masking tape. So, like I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to attach some in between it to kind of make the wings this shape. The plan that I have in my head right now is cover this in masking tape, because you're going to see it through the fabric I'm going to use anyway. So cover this in masking tape so it looks the same as the rest, and then hot glue this wire. Hot glue a little bit of it and put some glitter on it so it kind of covers the wire a little bit more. What I have figured out by doing this quick bit of research, and by research I mean I looked at some pictures, it seems that most fairy wings have got like a wire that stick out like this, not quite that far, it's usually about this big, and then the wire's covered with like some sort of feathering or lace or just something like that to conceal the wire. So based off of that, that's kind of what I was going to do anyway. Keep like a flat bit and then have it so it's like this, and then it goes on the back like this, and then from this there's two bits of elastic that go around, which is what I want to do. I just don't know whether I want to do the elastic in this or like a white elastic. I think probably a thin white elastic, but when it gets put on together it might look a bit weird. I'm going to make another one, attach that, and then I'm going to add the green fabric. It seems to be working with the hot glue, but I might just add an extra layer of masking tape as well. I have some tulle here and then a lot right there. Cut it so it's 50 centimeters each, so that folds it over. Because the length that I want on this mannequin is 25 centimeters. I think I want to do it so it's like a gradient kind of, so it's like light, dark, dark, dark. I've watched like 5 different tutorials and most of them use one colour fabric. So what people are doing, cutting like the length plus like times 2, and then cut the length, so how long you want the skirt, and then pull it through your sewing machine, and then like do a straight stitch and then pull it so it kind of like bunches together, and then layer it and then attach elastic. It's so confusing. I'm really confused. I don't know. This is really stressing me out and I don't know why. Like, I have such a good vision in my head of how I want this to look. I really hope it turns out. Future me, please, editing skills, does this work? Because we're gonna do this for all of them apart from the pink layer. I'm gonna do something slightly different with that. I'm gonna do a little bit shorter for the pink because I want it to kind of layer. So they're huge, like they are really big, but the top bit's going to be folded over, so I have a clean hem, so they're going to be about this big. So I've sewn the elastic together and done the zigzag stitch. It's really messy, but it's okay. So the next step is to attach all of these to this. So I'm going to do it layered. So we do the pink,
so here, and then the darker pink, and then the sparkly pink here. This skirt is done, but I'm just trying to figure out how to put the leaves on. Like, here's me putting the leaves on, but I've discovered that because it's elastic, it needs to be longer, so I don't really know what to do. I'm so scared.
Look how cute.
Oh my god, it's so cute! Oh, guys! Oh my god!
Look how cute. Oh my god, Rose, look how cute.
Very girly and very sparkly, something that I would have loved when I was little. I was very much into dressing up when I was little, so I wanted to do something like fairies or princesses. Quite complicated to make because there were so many different colours and layers to it, and I wanted it to be as big and as puffy as possible. The wings I made with wire and fabric together.